Aquarius. Listen carefully. Something unseen has been watching you, not to protect, but to redirect your path. You've been feeling off, haven't you? The sudden fatigue, the unexplained distractions, the strange dreams that wake you up at 3 a.m. as if someone whispered your name. It's not random. It's a spiritual trap, wrapped in light, disguised as divine guidance. It tells you you're on the right path. It shows you repeating numbers: 111, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, and makes you think, the universe is confirming me. But here's the dark truth. Not every light is divine. Some lights only exist to blind you before the breakthrough. This isn't fear energy, it's spiritual awareness. October 15th, 2025 marks the moment when this trap tries to pull Aquarius energy back into old cycles. Old people, old emotions, old patterns that look safe but secretly steal your future. You'll notice it in strange ways. A message from someone who ghosted you, a dream that feels too real, a sudden opportunity that feels too perfect. The universe is whispering, don't bite the bait. Because the more spiritual you become, the more illusions try to look holy. Your intuition knows it. You've been feeling the tension between your higher self and your human self. One saying, move forward, the other craving what's familiar. That conflict is the trap. It doesn't destroy you instantly. It drains you slowly, one doubt, one fear, one distraction at a time. And here's where it gets deeper. The trap isn't random. It activates right before your next elevation. Because just when you're about to receive what's truly meant for you, false lights show up to confuse your vision. It's energy warfare disguised as alignment. But here's the twist. What was designed to trap you can actually test and transform you. When you recognize the illusion, you shift from being the prey to being the proof that no trap can hold divine timing. So Aquarius, don't panic. Prepare. October 15th is not just a warning, it's a wake-up call. Every strange event, every sudden silence, every emotional trigger this week is part of a cosmic riddle designed to test your discernment. The universe isn't asking you to fight darkness, it's asking you to see through it. Because when you do, that same trap becomes your portal. The same confusion becomes clarity. The same silence becomes your miracle. Promise, stay till the end, because there's one hidden sign on October 15th that flips this trap into a miracle. Comment prompt: drop if you feel something strange has been pulling your energy lately, and you're ready to see what's really behind it. And that's both a gift and a trap. When your vibration starts rising, everything that exists on your frequency, real or fake, begins to mirror you. But not all light is sacred. Some of it is counterfeit. You've probably felt it lately. Constant exhaustion for no reason, like your energy is being borrowed by something unseen. You meditate, you manifest, you pray, but it's like your progress keeps looping in circles. That's the first sign of a false light frequency. It promises results, but delivers repetition. The second sign? Fake synchronicities. You keep seeing repeating numbers, 11s and 3s and 3s, but nothing in your life actually changes. Those numbers become addictive breadcrumbs, a spiritual illusion meant to keep you chasing confirmation instead of transformation. The truth is, not every synchronicity is divine. Some are engineered by energy parasites that mimic divine timing just to keep you distracted. And then there's the third sign. People who mirror your words, your emotions, even your spiritual vocabulary. They say the right things, wear the right energy, and pretend they're just like you. But their purpose isn't alignment. It's infiltration. They want your frequency, not your friendship. Aquarius, this is called the false light test. It's what happens when your spirit outgrows your surroundings. The universe begins to test if you can tell the difference between what feels good and what's actually good. Every conversation, every connection, every coincidence becomes part of that exam. Think about it. Have you ever met someone who entered your life during a breakthrough? Someone who spoke your language so perfectly you thought it was destiny. Then suddenly, everything fell apart. That wasn't bad luck. That was the universe saying, you passed the surface level. Now can you read the energy underneath? But here's the twist. It's not just negativity attacking you. It's a distraction wearing divine clothes. The universe isn't punishing you. It's perfecting your discernment. You're not meant to destroy the false light. You're meant to decode it. When the light you once trusted starts confusing you, don't chase it. Pause. That pause is sacred. It's where true clarity downloads itself. Because real guidance doesn't drain you, it restores you. Real divine alignment doesn't confuse your peace, it confirms it. You see, Aquarius, your soul is entering a phase where words and energy no longer match up for everyone around you. That's why your old circles feel foreign, and your intuition keeps whispering, something's off. That off feeling isn't paranoia, it's protection, and that's how you pass the false light test. By trusting your energy over evidence. You don't need validation, you need vibration. So the next time someone or something feels too perfect, step back. Observe the energy behind the action, because when light is real, it won't chase you, it will calm you. Every Aquarius watching this needs to hear this truth. The enemy doesn't appear as a monster anymore, it appears as comfort. But comfort isn't always divine. Sometimes it's camouflage. So if you've been feeling stuck, looping, or lost in confusion, even after doing all the spiritual work, you're not failing. You're being filtered. The universe is separating your authentic timeline from your artificial one. Engagement cue. Have you ever followed a sign that led straight into chaos? Comment yes if this ever happened to you, because your experience might help another Aquarius spot their own false light. Aquarius, have you noticed how quiet the universe has been lately? No signs, no synchronicities, no big waves of emotion, just silence. A strange, heavy quiet that feels almost unnatural. That's not the absence of guidance. It's the calm before your next elevation. Right after a major spiritual test, this silence hits like a fog. It's unsettling because you were expecting fireworks, but instead, everything feels paused. You start questioning yourself. Did I do something wrong? Did my manifestations stop working? But that's the trick. This silence is part of the setup. Here's what happens next. The trap returns, dressed as your reward. An old lover reappears with unfinished business. A sudden offer shows up promising fast money or instant success. Someone who once hurt you suddenly wants to heal the connection. Everything looks aligned, feels familiar, and even smells like destiny. But that's where most Aquarius souls fall. Right after passing one test, they walk into the echo of temptation. Because when the universe goes silent, the shadows start speaking louder. It's psychological warfare, not through pain, but through imitation. That's why your DMs light up, opportunities multiply, and old doors swing open all at once. You think it's divine confirmation, but it's actually energy confusion. It's the same vibration from your past trying to pull you back before your next miracle manifests. But here's the twist. The enemy isn't attacking you anymore. It's imitating your manifestations. It learned your language. It mimics your faith. It repeats your affirmations. It knows you won't fall for chaos, so it disguises itself as clarity. That's why the silence before this phase is so dangerous. You start craving any form of guidance, any hint of movement. But Aquarius, don't mistake stillness for stagnation. When the universe goes quiet, it's not ignoring you. It's recalibrating your timeline. Your frequency is upgrading, and while it does, everything not aligned gets paused, removed, or replaced. Think of silence as the universe's loading screen. You're not being ghosted by destiny. You're being prepared for precision. Every second of nothingness is the system cleaning your path before it reveals your real miracle. So when those false blessings appear, the too good to be true deals, the sudden emotional reconnections, the fake divine downloads, take a breath before reacting. Ask yourself, does this feed my peace or my ego? Because divine energy calms your nervous system, false light excites it. Many Aquarius souls lose their biggest miracle in this exact moment, not because they failed, but because they mistook imitation for alignment. They thought the universe finally said yes, when in truth, it was whispering, wait. Comment. Prompt. Type silent season equals setup season if you're in this quiet phase, because your stillness might be the proof that your miracle is one shift away. Aquarius. Every time you start to rise, something, or someone, tries to pull you back into a version of yourself that no longer exists. It starts subtle, an old playlist you suddenly crave, an ex's name that pops up out of nowhere, or that wave of nostalgia that whispers, maybe I was happier back then. But that's not memory, that's manipulation. See, every soul carries multiple timelines, the one you've healed from, the one you're walking now, and the one waiting for your higher self to claim it. And here's the secret. The moment you start doubting your timing, you automatically step back into the old one. That's how the timeline trap works. It doesn't attack your progress, it questions your patience. You begin to wonder, why isn't my manifestation here yet? Why do they have results and I don't? That's when comparison takes root. Suddenly, your blessings feel delayed, your faith feels foolish, and your confidence feels counterfeit. But here's the truth. Nothing about you is late. You're just being aligned with divine precision, not human impatience. Every doubt is like a code that reopens the door to your old frequency. You might not even realize it's happening. You just start replaying old behaviors, rethinking old choices, revisiting people who no longer serve your elevation. The trap convinces you that comfort equals safety, when in reality, comfort equals stagnation. Have you noticed how every time you level up spiritually, something from your past suddenly demands your attention? That's not coincidence. It's timeline interference. Old energy senses you're slipping out of its reach, so it throws emotional bait your way. Nostalgia, regret, guilt, or the illusion that maybe I made the wrong decision. Aquarius, you didn't make the wrong decision. You made the right one too early for others to understand it. But here's the twist. The delay wasn't punishment, it was protection. The universe hid your miracle until you outgrew your old identity, because your next chapter can't exist in the same energy that once broke you. Think of it like this. Your destiny is GPS locked to your healed version, not your nostalgic one. Every time you revisit your past out of boredom or loneliness, the universe pauses your blessings, not to punish you, but to protect what's sacred from what's familiar. Because if you received the miracle too soon, you'd sabotage it with old habits. You'd call it love when it's trauma. You'd call it divine timing when it's just distraction. So the universe waits until you no longer crave what once cursed you. And when that happens, when you finally stop looking backward, that's when everything forward unlocks. This is why detachment feels lonely but sacred. It's the universe closing your old tab so your new one can finally load. You're not stuck, you're sinking. So if it feels like nothing's happening right now, don't lose faith. You're being repositioned, not rejected. You're not behind schedule. You're just aligned with divine time zones. Engagement. Q. Comment, I trust divine timing if you're done repeating old cycles. Because the moment you declare it, your energy updates and the trap loses its power to pull you back. Aquarius. The closer you get to your divine purpose, the more people will start to mirror you, not to understand you, but to control how others see you. This is the mirror ritual, one of the most dangerous spiritual traps because it doesn't steal your money or your freedom. It steals your reflection. It begins subtly. Someone starts repeating your words. They dress like you, post like you, talk like you. They call it inspiration, but it's imitation born from obsession. What they really want isn't your style, it's your spirit. They want to wear your energy like a costume because they don't know how to generate their own light. Sometimes it's a friend who suddenly becomes your mentor. Other times, it's a lover who pretends they're your mirror soul but keeps you emotionally confused. And often, it's the so-called spiritual advisor who claims to guide you, while secretly feeding off the power you already carry. These people project authority while quietly disempowering you. They make you question your intuition, saying things like, "You're overthinking," or "Your energy feels off lately." What they're really doing is planting doubt, so you'll turn to them for validation. That's not guidance, that's energy control. You see, Aquarius, you were never meant to be led. You were meant to lead. Your energy threatens those who build identities from imitation, and that's why they mirror you, to replace you in the eyes of others, and eventually, in your own mind. But here's the twist. They're not mirroring you to understand you. They're mirroring you to replace you. The trap isn't just about attention. It's identity theft of the soul. The moment you let someone tell you who you are, you start giving them access to rewrite your story. That's why your intuition feels violated after certain conversations. It's not just emotional, it's energetic trespassing. Aquarius, you must protect your reflection. Stop explaining your every move. Stop announcing your next step. Stop letting people study your process. Because when they can predict your energy, they can project into it. These mirrors don't just copy your light, they distort it. They take your divine truth and remix it into manipulation. They turn your compassion into guilt, your confidence into arrogance, your boundaries into ego. But remember this, the real you doesn't need defending. Authentic energy always outlasts imitation. When you stop reacting, the reflection collapses. The mirror ritual only works if you keep looking at it. The moment you pull back and choose silence, their illusion shatters, because their power only lives in your attention. So if you've been noticing people copying your phrases, mimicking your vibe, or trying to teach you something that your soul already knows, take it as a compliment. It means your energy is loud enough to echo, but it's also a warning. Your power has gone public. That's when discernment becomes your armor. Protect your energy not through fear, but through privacy, because what's hidden can't be hijacked. Engagement Q. Have you ever felt someone copy your energy or style? Drop mirror thief in the comments, because calling it out is how you reclaim your reflection. Aquarius, take a deep breath, because everything you've been fighting, every illusion, every false light, every betrayal, was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to reveal you. You see, the trap was never truly outside you. It wasn't the person who lied, the friend who copied you, or the silence that scared you. The real trap lived inside your belief that you could lose your power. But here's the truth. You never lost it. You just temporarily forgot where you hid it. October 15, 2025 marks the shift where the illusion finally breaks. The spiritual fog clears, the false lights dim, And for the first time in months, you'll feel it. Your power returning like a sunrise that no shadow can silence. You've been walking through energetic warfare disguised as healing lessons. Every time you doubted yourself, you leaked light. Every time you tried to prove your worth, you gave permission for others to drain your magic. But not anymore. The moment you stop chasing light, Aquarius, you become it. There's a divine reversal happening now. The universe is rerouting everything that was stolen, misused, or misunderstood. Every betrayal becomes direction. Every loss becomes leverage. Every silence becomes signal. Because your story was never about being attacked. It was about being activated. Now comes the part the portals never told you. Before a miracle appears, the universe must first test if you can recognize imitation. And you passed that test. You stopped confusing attention with alignment. You stopped begging for signs and started becoming one. You stopped waiting for the light and realized the glow was you all along. Now, here's your healing ritual. Tonight, write this in your journal. I release every false light that feeds on my truth. I reclaim my energy, my peace, and my divine power. My silence is no longer weakness. It's alignment. When you write those words, you're not just journaling. You're breaking energetic contracts that were never yours to carry. You're cutting cords that once controlled your confidence. And as you do, you'll feel lighter, freer, stronger, because you're not who you were when this story started. Final twist: the trap was never your downfall, it was your test. And passing it turns your next loss into your lifetime miracle. The universe isn't asking you to survive anymore. It's inviting you to shine publicly. The silence was proof of protection. The delay was proof of direction. The confusion was proof of calibration. Now, the proof of your power begins. Everything you lost will start returning in upgraded form: people, purpose, and prosperity. But this time, you'll receive them from your healed timeline, not your hurt one. The portal opens when you finally stop asking when and start declaring now. So if you're hearing this message, it's not by coincidence. It's confirmation. You are the light they couldn't duplicate. You are the prophecy they tried to predict, but could never rewrite. Call to action? Comment, "I won't fall for the trap," if you're ready to claim your miracle. Like this video, share it with another Aquarius, and subscribe, because the next prophecy reveals the 3 days after the trap breaks, when your true power returns. And remember, Aquarius, you weren't chosen because you were perfect. You were chosen because you were powerful enough to see through the illusion. The age of imitation ends tonight. The era of your authentic light begins now.